Okay, so what you're doing is you're just invoking a value judgment that is the flourishing and the propagation of human species, that this is a standard or goal that should be held to the highest value. Well, why should it be held to the highest value? Based upon what?
Because this is invoking the discussions of decisions that we could make. I don't know that there's a way to.
You're not saying it. You're not saying anything substantive right now.
I'm not even saying. I'm not even saying sentences because you talk.
Why is human flourishing to be of the highest value? Based upon what?
I bet you're going to kick me for this, but please just let me finish my sentence.
Answer the question, or I will kick you.
I've been trying to.
No, you're not. Why is human flourishing to be of the highest value? Why? Based upon what?
Because we are humans, and the only thing we could value is for our species to continue on.
And what if aliens come here and are superior, and they look at us like delicious shrimp and deep fat fry us?
That would be something outside of the realm of our current reality.
Would that be objectively evil?
If aliens came and ate our brains?
No, deep fat fry all of you and eat you like tasty shrimp.
Yeah, because it would be something that killed off humanity.
Dude, I'm gonna see if you're an honest person. Okay. Do you realize that you are a deer in the headlights? You don't have the foggiest idea of what you're talking about or defending.
I'm taking time to answer your question.
Bye. Yeah, I talked with him before. You see, you ask these people questions and they just ramble like they're saying something substantive. They're not. Why is the survivability and flourishing of human organisms, why is that to be of paramount importance? Why? Because that's what we evolved to desire? So what? Baboons desire to continue to survive.
Made a statement here that humans always want ourselves to continue. Now we have humans actually unalive other people, so they clearly don't want humans to flourish. We have humans go against human flourishing at multiple times throughout our history. Yeah. So I don't know where he got that we value the.
Well, you know what? You know what's sad is people like that come up on stage. They don't have the foggiest idea of what they're talking about in terms of metaphysics, logic, ethics. Right, philosophy, right, and then when you ask them clarifying questions, they just start babbling, right? Well, because we desire to flourish. So what? So what if you desire to flourish? There are lots of things people desire. Okay, is something that human beings desire because it's held in a plurality of morality? Does that automatically make it the good?
That sounds like. Yes, it is objectively that human flourishing, right? But how does that help you, your narrative, your value to be objectively good?
Yeah. Welcome, Robert. Do you accept God as your creator? Or to Robert, are you there?
No.
Okay, can you tell me why there's no God? I'm waiting. Yeah, you keep breaking up.
His internet is not good.
Yeah, you got to get closer to your Wi-Fi.
Oh my God!
Your connection is bad. Your connection is bad. You're showing a red bar.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, I don't believe in God because gods are created by man. Even your Christian God.
I didn't hear about your last statement. Are you telling me that you have an absence of a positive belief in God, but you don't deny God, or are you denying God's existence?
He said that God was created by men, even our God.
Okay. So I understand that that's your belief. Okay. Yeah. Robert, is it your position that you merely have an absence of a positive belief in God, or that you deny God? Which is it?
His internet is bad.
Yeah, you got to fix your connection, Robert. No, Lily, there aren't two creation stories.
There's only
Chapter
one.
2 in Genesis is a clarification and a zooming in of what happened on day 6. Yeah, you got to fix your connection, Robert. When you fix your connection, come on back up, Robert.
He request again. Hopefully his internet this time is better. So we got Lily here. Yeah, there's only one creation story in the Bible, not two. I don't know where she got that on.
Yeah, even Matt de la Bloviator, the prince of stupid atheists, admits that this is not two creation stories. Okay.
Autumn said impossible. What is impossible? What's in your worldview that also thinks to be impossible? What is that?
All right, let's see if Robert has a better connection. Okay, so Robert, do you deny the existence of God, or are you merely saying you have an absence of a positive belief?
I absolutely deny the existence of God.
Excellent. So can you tell me why there's no God?
Because God is a product of man and therefore must be subjected and
Okay. Well, Robert, do you know who Kai Nielsen is? He's an atheist philosopher. He's written a number of philosophy books, and he wrote a book, Reason and Practice. Within Reason and Practice, a textbook. I'm talking, Robert. If you interrupt or you act unseemly, I will kick you without further warning. So Kai Nielsen wrote a book on philosophy called. Okay, goodbye, Robert. Goodbye. You're done. Bye. See you later.
Even when his internet was good, he's still on.
Once participants reveal that their mommies and daddies failed to civilize them, it's time for them to go.
Okay, guys. Pat, the G word, GENOCAIDE, is only used in a case that it's a thing that is a crime. God cannot commit crime because God is ultimate justice.
Yeah, God is not under any jurisdiction.
Yeah, so God cannot commit things that goes against any laws because God is not.
Yeah, you're not coming up, Robert. You're uncivilized. Bye, Robert.
God is not under a law, right? God is the reference to everything that is good. So whatever he does will be what is good and not against the law. But it's like saying like a parent that go past 9 p.m. because he said to his kid to go sleep at 9 p.m. and he go past 11 p.m. Then that the parents shouldn't tell the kids to go sleep at 9 p.m. No, the parents is clearly different from the child. The child need to go to sleep at a certain time because it's a child. It's in respect to what the thing or the being is. When the being is God, it's completely different. But yeah, I'm on Black Egbert. He's like, let's see who requesting. Richard Holders, which is requesting.
Welcome, Richard. Do you accept God as your creator? Earth to Richard, are you there?
I never will.
Richard, I didn't hear you. Start all over.
He said he never will.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh, you will. You will. When you pass away and you stand before Christ on Judgment Day, you will.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, they're teenagers trapped in adult bodies.
They were not kids, but they were not kids.
So, Richard, are you telling me if you stand before a perfect God, you won't acknowledge him?
No, I will never acknowledge that.
Okay, well, do you understand that to affirm that is to affirm a notion of insanity? To refuse to acknowledge that which is perfect and evident to us.
Ever acknowledge
Look,
a
I'm
narcissistic
trying to
being like
look. I'm trying to explain something to you that is literally an insane notion. Okay, you're telling me that if you stand before God on Judgment Day, being a perfect being, you will refuse to acknowledge His authority and perfection. Is that correct?
correct
Okay,
because
that's a form of insanity. That's a form of insanity.
Darth,
Okay.
I'm gonna speak now, and you're gonna listen. Understood?
Okay. Explain to me why that's not insane.
That is what I'm trying to do.
Good.
So don't interrupt me, please.
I will interrupt you if you do not listen carefully. Listen carefully. I'm a moderator. Shut up for a second, or I'm going to remove you. I'm going to shut up in a second. I'm going to hear from you why it's not insane to acknowledge God being perfect if and when you stand before that perfect God. If what comes out of your mouth bears no resemblance to the question, I will eject you. Okay? So
Because
answer the question.
God is not perfect. God.
No, you're changing the parameters of the question.
I
Richard.
answered your question, sir.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Notice how this is one of their strategies. They changed the parameter of the question. I said, if you were to stand before God being perfect on Judgment Day, would you refuse to acknowledge Him? Okay. Then he says, oh, I don't accept that God is perfect. Well, that's not the question I asked you.
Yeah, you already agreed that there is a perfect God. That's the thing that he presented to Richard. Is that there is a perfect
on the other
God.
On the other hand, okay, without you existing without you existing under the auspices of a perfect God, a creator, the ultimate reference point that is perfect in all attributes, then you won't have background information to make determinations as to what is or is not, or what is perfect or imperfect. Okay? So this is the problem. These people are not well thought when it comes to metaphysical situations. They have childish and adolescent reasons about these metaphysical questions. They don't understand that without God existing and being perfect in terms of all attributes, then it's game over. In other words, there won't be a basis to claim that you have access to truth, reason, intelligibility, or the ability to discern what is or is not, because there's no perfect referent wherein that referent, were to exist, would endow you with the ability to be able to know things. Without a perfect being, how would any background information necessarily secure that you can know things or have access to truth or reason? Right? There would be no way for you to ground that. But you see, they don't care about this because they literally have childish thinking.
I don't know if you know this guy. He's a famous atheist, and the app where he said
What's his name?
I know you know him. His name was right under my tongue. It's like, you know him. It's like he has almost like a lot of followers. He's an atheist. So
is he dead or alive?
He's alive, obviously.
Okay. Is he bald?
No, he has hair. He has long hair. He's married.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, y'all, based on what y'all just said, what I find as we study human behavior, a lot of atheists, it will, when you look at the mindset of the atheist, is based on a few things. Either they came out of a situation where they had baggage from manipulation in the church.
Wait a minute, Omar. Are you saying that they have mommy and daddy issues?
It's a multitude of reasons. So, you have those that, because they don't understand the complexities of life. Oh, my grandmother died of cancer, so therefore God doesn't exist. Because if God was real, my granny wouldn't die from cancer.
She wouldn't have, if God existed, she wouldn't have died of cancer, but she would have died in a car accident.
Yeah. So you got that. You have that type of atheist, and you have one who,
isn't this amazing? We have Omar, who uses his brain cells. Finally, we have somebody who's speaking intelligently and maturely instead of like an idiot teenager. Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, because I respect the person that's agnostic. At least you're saying that there's not enough evidence to prove or disprove. But when
No,
you
no,
leave it
no.
out,
Let me disabuse you of that notion.
mhm.
The self-identification of agnosticism is a contradiction in terms, but you have to look into it to understand it. The agnostic claims that they're not making any judgment about God, but the agnostic has already made two judgments about God. The agnostic has decided that there is no God in whom has made himself abundantly clear in and through creation. So they've made that judgment. The agnostic has also made the judgment that it is not necessary, for whatever reason, to reference God, wherein they can speak without referencing the necessity of God. So they've made a decision that God is not necessary as an ultimate background information in order to speak intelligibly. So agnostics claim that they're not making a judgment about God, but they have already made two major judgments about God.
Yeah, based on my research, yeah, just the classic definition of agnostic is one who doesn't believe that there's enough evidence to prove or disprove.
No, an
Now,
agnostic is somebody who makes the claim that they're neutral, but they're not neutral. Their claim is vacuous. Hey, Omar, I'm Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon. Do you believe that?
no.
Okay, but doesn't my self-identification settle the issue? No, it doesn't. Neither does
Mhm.
somebody saying I'm neutral toward God. We would have to examine analytically to see if their self-identification to being neutral actually holds up. But it doesn't hold up upon examination because they've decided that they can speak intelligibly about their world
Do they change
without
the
referencing
definition?
the
Yeah.
necessity of God.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just looked it
So
up
look,
again because they changed the definition throughout the years. Like racist is a term that's changed throughout the years. Like because I'm 40, I don't know how old you are, but the racist is one who feels that their race is far more superior. Now, it means something different. So I'm looking at agnostic, for example, which says a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature
yeah,
of God or of anything beyond
yeah,
material
that's a
phenomena. Yeah,
self-identification
right. So they've
either to
changed.
others or to themselves. But that self-identification doesn't hold up upon examination. Are there people who think that they're smart in certain areas, but they're quite stupid?
Yeah.
Okay, but their self-identification identifies as that they're not stupid when they are. So one's self-identification to themselves or others doesn't necessarily hold. We're going to have to look at the background information to see if the self-identification actually matches with the facts. The agnostic says to himself and to others, I am suspending judgment about the existence or non-existence of God, but that's simply not the case. The agnostic has decided that it's not necessary to reference God when speaking about the world. So that's what we call an indirect denial of God. So although the agnostic identifies and claims that they're not denying God, the agnostic denies God in practice. Okay?
Yeah. I see your position.
Uh, it's a basic thing, right? It's like somebody. The basic thing is that if somebody's claimed that they haven't seen no proof for necessary being, that everything that they see right
Well,
now.
when they say it's not proven, what they're doing is what the scholarly paper Atheological Apologetics points out, that both the agnostic and the atheist are smuggling in God denialism, but they're doing so implicitly and indirectly without being upfront about it. So when they say God is not proven, what they're saying is that the world can and will be invoked in a way that represents independence from God until shown otherwise. But they have not proven that. So to say that it's not proven is an empty claim, right? Because to say that they can prove that the world is independent from God is ridiculous. Okay? Another thing is this. So when they say it's not proven, this is not something that they can defend. Either the world exemplifies ultimate design and intentionality or not. Okay? Now, if you don't accept that, you're just simply making a counterclaim. But when they say it's not proven, they're pretending that they're innocent bystanders and they're unconvinced, and that they have no responsibility to make an objective defense of where they're coming from. But they do. Okay? So the fact of the matter is, the world exemplifies ultimate intentionality and design, all right? Because we see design everywhere we look, okay? If we made any of the most minute changes in certain factors in existence, life as we know it wouldn't and couldn't exist. Now they're going to say, well, that's just an accident of chance or the Big Bang or evolution. What they're now doing is they're saying there's an illusion of design, but this is not something that they can actually sustain. Now, if the world from the smallest to the grandest scale does not in fact necessarily entail ultimate design and intentionality, including our own self-consciousness, then there is no ultimate background information as to what anything is. And if there's no ultimate background information as to what dictates what is and cannot be, then you cannot have meaning or intelligibility for anything, including 1 + 1 = 2. So if there is intelligibility in the world, okay, if there is access to some reason and truth and facts, there could only be truth, reason, and facts if and only if they are emblematic of ultimate design and intentionality by God, where God creates a world and he constructs it and sustains it so that we can know facts. If you deny that, you're going to have to explain how there can be facts in a not God world. And the answer is there can't be, because there's no identifiable background information. So I just gave a transcendental proof for God's existence, how the world proves God. Now, if you say, oh, no, that doesn't prove it, you're just making a counterclaim. And you're going to have to defend the counterclaim. But here's the delicious part. You can't.
Yeah, what's interesting, like another flaw that I see is when they talk about the Big Bang, they use math, for example. Math cannot account for that part of the mind that, let's say if I talk about a heart and you project a heart.
They can't even account for mathematical truths over time. What secures that there are mathematical truths over time? They can't.
Right.
Welcome. Thank you for coming, Omar. Team, what would you like to say?